Hello, people. I'm your host Neha Soni, aka Eha S, and I welcome you all to Wisely Weird. Here we talk about knowledge, self love, learnings, and creating your own place in this world with a hint of entertainment. Thanks a lot for joining, and let's get started with.
As you must have already read the Hello, people. I hope you're all doing great and are holding up. So, today we are going to talk about something that I have dealt with personally and have suffered through. Many of you who are listening to this podcast must have also tried applying for internships and other job opportunities, and also those who are in school right now are soon enough going to apply. So, I have done the same, and you won't even believe how many rejections I have faced. Like, अगर बताने को बैठे तो there won't be a definite number, and many a times I felt like after all those rejections, ki there is something wrong with my presentation. Maybe my profile is not good enough. Maybe there is something wrong with my resume. I simply wasn't able to show my work and my experience in a presentable manner, or most probably at all. And this is something I believe not only I have suffered through, but many a people have suffered and are still suffering through. But there is this guy who happened to be in a very small city of Agartala in the state of Tripura, which people might not know about him. He recognized this issue and started working over it, and he have created something which has helped many with this issue. So I would like to introduce to you all a very inspiring entrepreneur, a very good speaker, and CEO and co-founder of Fueler, also the Bade Bhaiya of Twitter, Mr. Riten Debnath. Hello, Riten.
Yeah, hi Neha. Thank you so much for this introduction. I never expected this. Okay.
How are you doing?
All good. Like it's raining here, so all fine. Just had my lunch and yeah, over to this. And I hope we're going to have a amazing conversation here. So yeah, let's do it.
I hope so too. And see, this is the magic of technology. We don't realize it, but I am sitting in the very farthest or the westernmost corner of India, and you're sitting in the easternmost corner of India,
Correct.
almost like 3,000 kilometers apart, and we are able to talk.
Yes.
Like, that is amazing. Also, before moving any further in this interview, I would like to say this, that I have seen your work. I have seen your progress that you have made from zero to till now. And it is highly commendable, and I appreciate it a lot. It literally amazed me. You have done really great work with Fueler.
Thank you so much. I don't know, what do I say here? Just followed what everybody is asking for in the community, right? And we always listen to these people, right? Because if you see now, if you listen to people, you will see there are so many opportunities, right? So you just have to, stick to one thing and do it, do it relentlessly. So I believe that is the secret, and I guess this is not a secret anymore, right? So anyone can do it, right? You just have to be, very much, patient and very much relentless with your executions. So yeah, that is it. And again, no secrets, right? Anyone can, yeah.
If there would be any, we are going to search through them today.
Absolutely.
Also, like as I said, I am a person who comes with her homework done. So I did so. And I figured this out, and like it was nothing that difficult of a job. So we stumbled upon this thing that you started your journey, or I say you entered in this field in 2016 with a platform with named My College Notes. You were co-founder of that, right?
Mhm. Correct, correct. Yeah, that is like a college side project, back in my college days, we worked on this thing, right? And it was, yeah, again, it all started back then, when I learned about entrepreneurship, and how to help people, be a people person, like listening to them. So, yeah, great research on that.
And also later on, like your main journey towards your present started in like 2019 when you came up with Kivis Media. You were founder of Kivis Media. How did that started?
Yeah, so like after college, like there is this like idea we were working on. Okay, so it was regarding a platform where it doesn't have to be very hard to find companies to work with. So back in my college days, so there is this like notion that a lot of people believe that like why you are doing engineering, or why are you studying, right? Because there are no job in the market. But that is not true, right? There are so many opportunities in the market, you just have to find them, right? And we thought of like a lot of people complain about this, so why not just make a simple platform? Companies would come, post their opportunities, and people would find it and they will apply, as simple as that. But like doing that, I got to understand it is not how simple it is, right? You need to have a lot of factors involved, okay, when you're building a startup. Okay, it's not just the idea is just 1% of the whole game, right? So Fueler today, what we see is in a pivot of that thing, okay, that platform, because we learned like we got to know a lot of things, okay. And obviously I was working with so many other companies because I had to support, right, and I had to pay my bills, and eventually the team has to be built. So I guess you can say from that until now, it was all a journey of building a team, like making them, bringing them together, like having joining them, like, and what, like, staying in a same course, right, where we are choosing something like very common. And I guess every startup face this problem, right, building a team initially. And it's very hard, especially when you are just starting out, just after your college, or maybe like you can say very new to the industry, because you don't have a lot of experience on that, right? So you don't expect that a lot of people will join you, right? But yeah, eventually I had my fair share of learning. So yeah, based on that I worked upon, and yes, today here we are.
So, like we can say, Kiwis Media was a prequel of Euler.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a platform. Then like we pivoted, we understood a lot of things. You can say then yes. So Fueler is the refined version of that. But yes, trust me, like there are so many things that we didn't know. Like even I feel like even last month also I didn't know a lot of things. So today I know. So it's how startups are, right? You learn every day.
Very
Is really great. At sometimes it's painful, okay, but like it's great, you can say. So yeah, it started as a QS Media, then we pivoted the idea into this name. And I have a question for you. So which one sounds better, the name?
Kiwis Media and Fueler.
Yeah.
Kiwis Media is so cute. It is just simply so cute to me.
Okay.
And Fueler is okay. Many of my views about this thing would come from all of your views that you have collected about it.
Okay.
I have read about this as well, that you were in a dilemma कि Fueler को कैसे change करें. You like changed, rebranded Kiwis Media in 2021, I guess, to Fueler.
Yes, 15th May. So that was the day we launched it. Yes.
Yes. 15th May 2021, you announced and rebranded Kiwis Media to Fueler. And Fueler is just like, it sounds so branded and so professional of a name, like so easy. And like, it seems like some already established brand which people know.
I really wish that thing happens really soon. Okay, so keep us, keep blessing us. Okay, keep supporting us. Someday it will happen. And yes, like yeah, and that was, you can say, one of our best decision. Like to change the name and rebrand it into Fueler, because Fueler is much more crisp, and also like it represents what exactly we were trying to do, right? So Fueler. Okay, so currently it's a tool. Okay, eventually we'll be moving to a platform, right? But currently it's a tool, so it represents an individual, right? So Fueler is about individuality, right? So for example, I as a person, what I can do, okay, what can I do to fuel your company, or maybe any sort of initiative that you have, right? So that profile is a proof of all my experience, my skills, what I have done, okay, and that is where my proof of works are, right? And this is what we saw, like missing in the current ecosystem. And yes, that is what we intended to build at Fueler. Yep.
That is actually very great. And I know for sure that if you keep on working like this, then I would be able to see Fueler in like one of the greatest companies of India, the name of Fueler. And I very hope this happens soon. And One thing that I want to ask you is that you're so good at speaking. Like I mentioned this specifically in your intro that you are very good at speaking. You have given multiple speeches at numerous platforms and colleges. So, where did you gain this confidence, and how this you developed this quality of speaking? It is very important as in this niche.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it all, like came from the habit of, reading. Okay. So, like when you read a lot, right? When you read a lot of things, right? So, your mind works very differently. Okay. So see things that other don't, like notice, or, they don't observe, right? So also, at times, you are full of words, right? You're full of thoughts. Okay. So you just need a channel. You just need a medium to, just let it out, right? So you can say, like those were one of the thing, like all the, gigs and speaking events and stuff. Those are one of those ways, I was connecting with people, and I really enjoy, talking to people, right? It just, like I love connecting with them, knowing their journey. Even it's one people, one person sitting there, I'm going to speak with him, right, or her, right? I'm going to share, how things are, how things has been for us, like, and also like, get to know about each other. So, like maybe it's because of the reading thing. Okay. Also, I write a lot. Okay. So currently, I'm not publishing it anywhere. I'm writing on pen and paper, because that is, very much luxurious to me. I feel like, giving out a lot, right, in terms of writing. So, that is also one of my way I can, like. Like what concrete I can have my concrete my thoughts, right, whatever I'm thinking. So when I'm writing them down, so I'm very much confident, okay, this is something how it works, and this is the pattern that I'm, like seeing. So the next step would be this, right? So you can say like it all, came down, like because of reading. Okay, reading was one of the habits that, I developed back in my college days, and I guess that was one of the best decision. And I would even say this, that today, if Fuller exists today, right, it's because of reading. Okay, it's because of, learning a lot of things, because startups are, brutal, right? It will, there are so many things that you have to face on a daily basis. Okay, you have to hold through, right? You have to just keep going. Okay, there will be so many instances where you will feel like, like what, losing things, right? But, reading helped me with insights, with courage. Okay, with, like going to places where you don't, like you will feel like, like idhar kuch nahi ho sakta mera, right? But you still went there because you are very much optimistic, right? You are, full of optimism that
Right.
कुछ निकाल लेंगे, right? So I believe reading has been all the secret for this. To be a great speaker, you have to, when you read a lot, okay, also interact with people, because if you're just reading and not, like putting it into action, so that is where you are missing it out, right? So yeah,
So
that is
right. Actually, so right. I myself am a very huge proficient of reading and writing. And again, I am that old school and pen and paper person as you. And reading is something, it just not gives you knowledge. You can achieve anything. That is my personal belief that you can achieve anything if you start reading, because everything that you wants to achieve, every technique that you wants to apply must have been achieved and applied by people in the past, and they have written about it. Everything is written in the books. You just have to learn from it, from their mistakes, and build upon it. And you can achieve any heights, like any heights. There is no limit, all because of reading. And like you, I cannot even stop saying enough about it. So moving on from the point you just mentioned, कि startups could be very brutal, and we all know कि opportunities जो हैं वो आपके पास चल के खुद से नहीं आएंगी. It is very rare case. It only happens in Bollywood movies कि opportunities आपके पास चल के आती हैं. So like to going to those opportunities, like snatching those opportunities, like बिल्कुल beginning से, how did you manage to do that?
So I guess, like see, most of the time, like you have a lot of opportunities with you. Okay, like in front of you, you just, you don't act upon those, right? You don't take action, because, we So the thing is, currently what's happening, a lot of youth, right, like, what they are currently doing is they're feeling inside their mind. Okay, they're simply calculating the fact that मैं यहाँ से यहाँ पे जाऊंगा, यहाँ से यहाँ पे जाऊंगी, like then like I'll feel like nobody will pay attention or they will care about it. But that is not true, right? Unless you are doing it, okay, so unless you're putting it into action, okay, so you don't see any results. And it's very very hard to say that, without even trying, you are thinking that it will fail, right? So a lot of people who are starting their 0 to 1 journey, okay, they are feeling inside their mind, okay. So for me, like I had always this bias toward actions, okay, and obviously, all credits goes to the team as well, because they have been, like always there, they have listened to me, right? They have been very focused, okay, and I guess all the credits to them, because I don't know, like, like I even don't know the fact why they joined me, right? Because I had nothing, right? So
That's
that is
very
something,
beautiful.
yeah, very much fascinating to me about the team, right? Because it's all about the connection, right, that you create over the time, right? And obviously you have to take care of that, you have to nurture that. And for me, like, spotting opportunities, like, no big deal, eh? All of us, see opportunities, just like we don't take action on those, and that is what our problem is, right?
Right, like you talk about this a lot. I have heard you saying a lot about cold emailing. Please tell our audience more about that.
Yeah, so cold email is like, like a superpower for me. Okay, so it's like, ultimate superpower you have. It's like, like you are asking for things that you need. Okay, it's like very much independent to you. Okay, it's like, for example, you need this, you just go and ask for it. That is it. Okay, so this is why I call it a superpower, because you are the person who is in charge of that. It's not like you are in a college or maybe in a class, okay, sitting in a class and the teacher is teaching you and you have to listen to them, right? It's not like that, because for example, in terms of cold emailing, you have the, like, you have the power to reach out to any person that you can, right? So this is why I believe, cold emailing is a superpower. And every person, who's currently studying, like maybe in their college or school days, right, they can literally, like, cold email to any person that they admire and build their connection, build their network, and like make friends in a lot ways. Okay, so cold email, again, it's very much tricky. Okay, so there is this hack that I suggest to a lot of people. Okay, so turn your cold email into warm email. So how do you do that? It's very simple. You just do the research really well. Like, for example, now if you're supposed to write an email to me, now you know that what exactly, like I will reply to, right? Because now you have done a research, maybe research about me, right? So now you know where this person can reply to you, right? You have to be very patient. Okay, see, like what they're posting, what they're talking about, what they're sharing on their social media. So based on that, you can send them something relevant, and based on that, you can connect with them, right? And that is the power of cold emailing. Yes.
Like you, after this interview, you are teaching me about this superpower.
Absolutely. So, like, I have something planned for this. So, since you're in the group itself, so you'll be getting to know. So, stay tuned for that. We have something planned.
Sure, sure. I'll be like on my haunches. I so do need that. And
Sure.
also, like, as I was surfing Fueler, and I stumbled upon a whole lot of informative articles and lot of pieces of writings. And I guess Fueler is uploading such pieces of writings every week. Either it's in the form of like daily blinks, or either it is in the form of weekend ideas, or earlier as it was Kiwis Bites. So there has been a lot of written information on Fueler, which is highly informative and knowledgeable. So how do you guys just come up with all these ideas?
Yeah. So, like we are always, like we have, I have told you, right? We are always, this community people, right? We are very much community driven. Okay, so like we always try to create content that will help our members, right, all the fueler members. So again, like no secret, right? So like we are very much believer of content marketing. Okay, so that is why we came up with this thing, right? I don't know, like thank you for all the kind words, but like I feel like we are not doing enough in terms of content. We need to create more content, because I have so many ideas. It's just like lack of resources, we're not able to execute on those. But yes, we have some amazing things coming up. Like trust me, like there are so many marketing campaigns, and in the past we have done a lot of crazy things. That is how we gain traction. That is how we build the trust, okay, in the community. Because see, they had no reason to trust us, right? So it's when they see that, yeah, it's going to help them, so they will trust us. So we just have to think think in that direction, what we can create, what we can come up with them, how can create we can create something that they will listen, like that will be valuable to them, right? It has been always for us the same, right? We came up with some newsletter ideas. Okay, so we experimented with so many ideas, different ideas. Okay, you will find all of this on our Substack page. So we have weekly newsletter substack.com, so you can go check it out, where we have experimented, with different things. That is how we gave shout out to different creators, especially underrated ones. Okay, and try to connect them with other people through our content as well. So I guess that was one of the reason, people regularly read this, okay, and they take value from here.
We definitely need to talk about Fueler's marketing strategy in detail. I'll come back to it in a minute. So,
uh,
as Fueler is a community which is so warm and so helpful. As I told you that I have just joined your WhatsApp community of Fueler, and people there I have seen, they're so warm and so helpful. They're just helping anybody who is asking for help, and you are also there suggesting people this could help, or like this person would be more helpful in this thing. You're always there. And if there is anything you want to tell about your team, or how do you describe your team?
so we have this mission, right? So mission is to build a startup, that is, what, that is known for helping. Okay, because I guess the biggest marketing strategy ever is, caring. Okay, it's about helping, right? So we want to build this, thing where, each and everyone, is helping each other, right? If you read our WhatsApp, so I guess you are talking about the WhatsApp group right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
if you read the description, it's clearly mentioned there, right? We're fuelers. Okay, we help each other. That's it. Okay, and if you go to my YouTube channel, if you see the banner there, it's totally written there in a clear words. Let's build the world's most helpful startup, right? So it has to be community driven. Okay, and people who are prioritizing connection, right? Prioritizing help. In any possible way they can help others, right? So that has been always our mission. And I guess this is something we discuss on our every meeting. Okay, how can we help this person, how can we help that person, right? How can we create something that will be helpful to them? Okay, maybe connect with them in some other way. So this is, I guess, this is the best way to define a community, because you care about people. Because community is a full-time job. Okay, a lot of people just simply create a community, and for days, it doesn't, nobody talks about it, nobody engages with it. So that is something I noticed, and I felt like, let's make something, where people can belong, right? Where they can share anything that they want, right? Where not anything they want, right? But they something that they feel that they will be valued, right? So yeah, I guess in the back end, there is so many things that goes behind, especially documentation and SOPs. So see, we are a remote team. The whole team is working remotely. Okay, so we had our fair share of mental breakdowns, because it's very very hard, very very hard, I'm telling you. Okay, because see, all of us are working remotely, right? And at times it gets very hard to connect with people, tell them every nuances and things, right? So this is why I guess documentation really helps. We have our SOPs in place. Okay, also we do meetings and stuff. Okay, so that's how also I try to communicate really in a simple way, where anybody can understand, right? Even it's for the team.
Right.
Okay, whole team fueler. So whenever we communicate, we set the agenda first. Okay, there's something we are going to talk about. Okay, and this is how it is going to be. And keeping the thing so simple that anybody can think in their dreams as well. Yeah, ye bola tha. Okay, so that is how it is. And also we have fun too at times. Okay, so last time we hosted a challenge, and in the end, we had a session. Okay, so it was really crazy. Okay, it was a Twitter thread challenge. And after that, we hosted a meme challenge. Okay, and it was again really amazing. Okay, people came up with so many amazing memes idea. Okay, and the meme challenge was around brands. So if you love this brand, and there is a problem statement, so you have to create memes around that. So imagine, this is from a marketing point of view, it's like a gem, right? So similarly,
Right.
yeah, similarly, we have more challenges coming in. There is three currently planned. Okay, it's about one is about LinkedIn, one is about founders office role, and one more that is copywriting. Okay, so this is something we are planning at the moment. Also, YouTube challenge is also there. That is going to be for 6 months. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Yeah, yeah.
As you just mentioned, the meme challenge, I witnessed it. And I just want to say this to my audience that Fueler does come up with these very creative challenges and tasks. Like, you can join in. All the links will be in the description. So please check them out. And also, as you just talked about, that all the team is working remotely, and you had your fair share of burnouts and everything. So, my question to you is that you are handling a lot of things at the same time. You are handling Twitter, you are handling YouTube, you are handling like your other Substacks and WhatsApp communities. You're like always there. You're on Instagram as well, LinkedIn as well, I guess. So, how you just don't burn out and like completely like into your work and like working every single day? How you are managing all these things?
So like I don't know, like it's just that is very much natural. Okay, so it has become a habit. See, also like there is so much credit to my parents as well. The support I'm getting from them. Okay, so because there are so many things that when you're living in your home, you don't have to take care of, right? Especially if you're living outside, maybe. Okay, but at the same time, you have other challenges as well, right? But I would like to give them credits for this. Okay, the way they have, they are supporting, like giving them all the freedom to experiment, try things, and work on a lot of things. So yeah, like so like there is no answer for this. There's no binary answer for this, right? It's just like you are so driven by something that you just do it, right? Just do it. Okay, there is simply no reason. You just want to do it. That's it. And I believe, yeah, every early stage they go in this phase, right? So they take care of this thing really well. Yeah.
Like, but I believe in some corner of Agartala, there is this one person who used to be Riten's friend, who is like cursing him now, कि he don't spend more time with me and don't go out with me that much. Like, there must be this one person.
There is actually like, so there's one of my friend. Okay, so he came back to Agartala. Okay, so we had an amazing Durga Puja. It was so amazing. Uh, so yeah, their friends, even they complain, but again, which they also understand, right? How I prioritize my work. So they have seen from my college days itself, right? So yeah, it's quite fine, quite okay. From now, it's I have started, spending time with them as well, learning things, taking breaks from work. And if you tell me how do I manage, I guess I'm missing out on a lot of things. It's just like I don't mention those, right? It's just like I'm not, thinking about those. But in real life, if you see, okay, I'm missing out on a lot of things. Okay, it's just not, I'm not talking about those. Okay, but yeah, there are things that I'm missing out. It's totally fine. Current what I'm prioritizing, that is something on my mind, and maybe that is something I'm sharing with the world. So yeah, that is it. Again, no secrets.
That is something I feel like I need to learn from you, because many a times when I am working and like sometimes I'm working till this late that I don't even know what the time is. So most of the times I'm not able to pick up my friends' call or like reply them. So they just get so angry with me and they just don't pick up my calls afterwards. So when you work and then in the background this feud goes on, like there's a stark difference between work and your personal life balance.
Yes, absolutely. So this thing is very much common. Okay. Also, like it's also on you, right? So if you are, someone like who is efficient, obviously with time, like you develop your senses. Okay, so you can know things and understand things and work accordingly. For example, like something might take you 10 hours. Okay, but over time, you are so efficient at thinking, and researching, and so many other hacks are there. Based on that, you can reduce your time to maybe 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so this is quite possible. Okay, so it's again on you, right? How you're optimizing your time. So this thing again really matters. So over time we will develop this. It is how you're getting efficient day by day, right? So some might take it 10 hours for that, but you are doing in such a way that it's already taking you 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so I guess secret lies there, and you will get to know very soon, right? So keep working on those
Right.
secrets. Do your fundamentals clear. So based on that, you will be getting to know, right?
Absolutely, absolutely right. And coming back to Fueler now, there comes this major question for you. What are your future plans and goals for Fueler, and where do you see Fueler from like 5 years from now? Like typical job interview question.
Yeah. So for 5 years, right? I just discussed this thing in the morning with the team itself. So gave them some of the like things. Some of the this is actually called idea maze. Okay, this is called idea maze in terms of startup. Okay, so I had to share this thing with them. Okay. I had few points on my mind. Okay, so let me share with you. Okay, so like down the line, 5 years, we are going to make it a career based tool, right? Say for example, you don't have to choose, okay, forcefully what exactly you want to pursue. Okay, you just see example and you see the potential in that and you just pursue, right? So if you see, Fueler is more like we are building for the curious individual. So why do I say that? Because being a curious person, okay, you are into so many stuff, right? You want to try a lot of different stuff, right? And that is what makes you a generalist. That is what makes you a polymath, right? So you try out a lot of things, okay, and you're not sure ki kisme jana hai, right? And that is why you work on a different thing, and this is where Fueler comes in, right? So you do your work, publish it on Fueler, and it's always there. And this is something we have, like myself, I have faced this because back in my like college days, there are so many things that I have worked on, but like lack of documentation and stuff, I have lost it, right? So if it was work here, so I could, like have a different set of things to showcase on my profile, right? So this is something everyone faces. So down the line, we're going to make it a career-based tool, okay? And seeing Fueler as one of the accepted thing in universities and the workplace. So that is something we're going to make it happen very soon. Okay. Apart from that, there are so many cool ideas as well. Something like sci-fi things. So you don't feel like applying to a company because it's very hectic process, right? You see this company, okay, they have this opening. You have to fill long list of things, right? And
Right.
like sometimes people feel like this is so much, like so much, like very much ridiculous, right? At time people are not what? How do I put this, right? It's a very tedious task, right? कि ये भरो वो भरो.
These days, there are this long list of samples, like kind of samples you need to provide of your work.
Absolutely, not just sample, right? They ask for a lot of things, right?
Right.
So imagine in a single click you can just do it all, right? So we are thinking on that direction as well, and it's going to be very magical. Okay, let's see. And see, like, let me tell you one more thing. Okay, the F on Fueler, okay, that F, okay, it's about fun. Okay, so we have to bring that fun in the career aspect, right? So let's see how far we can make it, but yes, it's on the card. So let's see like how can we do it. Okay, but yeah, it will be there in the 5 years down the line, you will see it. Okay, and apart from this, there's going to be gamification in the platform, right? If you see Fueler currently, if you search for someone, okay, so there is no gamification involved, but over the time you will be finding gamification. Also over the time you will be getting algorithm where your profile are ranked based on your contribution. Okay, so someone can discover you if you have done really well and others are supporting you, and based on that, people, anyone who wants to connect with you, it will help you in that way, right? So and then you can say all the thing that we have done, it's all based on first principle thinking. We see something, okay, and we try to break it down very simple, okay, and we try to do it on our own way, because the fundamental, the output, this is something we need, okay, and this is what we are going to apply, right? And thus through bits and pieces we are just doing it. Okay, so you just keep moving in a startup. Okay, the aim is not to die.
Like listening to you is making me so eager to witness all these advances in the fueler that you are aiming for, and I hope it is going to be great. So another question of mine to you is that ki how fueler is helping to people who are like using it and how they are able to like use it effectively.
Yeah. So thank you. Actually, so let me tell you. Okay, in case of Fueler, okay, we have seen different use cases. Okay, so it is even surprising for us as well. Ki yaar, like how people are coming up with different like mindset. They are using it. They are seeing it in a different way, right? So one first thing that I want to put here is like it's very much useful for someone who is into freelancing. ठीक है? So let me give you an example. ठीक है? आपने बहुत सारा काम किया as a content writer. ठीक है? Now you have done you have written what? email copywriting. Okay, then you have done maybe like what, landing page copy. Okay, then you might have done like social media copy. Okay, then you might have done like sales page copy. Okay, so now you have multiple work, right? So Fueler pe na ek there is this feature that is custom portfolio, where you can create different landing pages for your work. Okay, it's like creating custom portfolio for your work. Okay, and this is very much useful when you're applying for niche specific roles. Okay, so now if you see this client, okay, who is in the edtech space, okay, and you have all the work on your Fueler profile, so you don't need to send all your work to that client, right? You can send only your work that are relevant to him. So this is where that custom portfolio helps you. It's very simple. You can create a custom portfolio in less than 10 seconds. Okay, just go on Fueler, okay, pick the work that you want to showcase, and that's it, and create. Okay, it will create a separate landing page of all your work, okay, that you have selected, and it is totally different from the main profile that you have. Okay, so this is one of the most loved feature of Fueler, and this is being used by students, used by college students, even freelancers are using it. Okay, also if someone is applying for full-time role, they are using it because it makes their job very easy, right? They don't have to confuse it with someone. And the reason it works is very simple, right? It's very much similar to our daily habit. See, for example, if I'm traveling to where, like maybe Goa, okay? If I'm traveling to Goa, so I wouldn't be taking all my wardrobe, right? So I'll be simply taking my duffel bag and picking up some of the clothes that are essential. Okay, so this is how
Right.
custom portfolio works. Okay, जहाँ पे you just pick up the work that are relevant for that specific thing, and you create a new custom portfolio out of that, and you send that link to your client, and they will see it, and based on that they can make your decision. So they don't have to see all your work जो कि आपके main profile में है. ठीक है. So yeah, I guess this answers this questions, and yeah.
That is actually very interesting.
Yeah, and like the best part is like when they get to see results now, and we get this message now ki hey Riten, like like I sent this and today I received this, and this is how much money I made. I guess that is the best kind of happiness the whole team enjoy ki yaar, matlab, they have got this results and they are sharing it with us, right? So this is the best part, you can say.
And I would like to say ki how Fueler is so different from other sites is that it is so neat and clean. Like this something is need to be appreciated and need to be mentioned that it is so simple, easy and neat. Like you have everything, you can just place everything in an order and in a hierarchy. All of your proof of work, like Riten's favorite sentence, proof of work. It is actually a sentence in itself, and that just simply makes it quite attractive. And from this point I would like to ask ki there must exist other similar sites as well. I'm not sure about it. Are there?
So like, let me tell you, okay, let me give you just examples, okay. So there
Mhm.
are so many platforms out there in the market, okay. So they are like all of them are solving for different problem, right? There are freelancing platforms, okay. There are different tools available, okay. So if you see, okay, we are always focused like on making it very simple, okay. So let me tell you why, okay. So most of the platform in the market, okay, if you study them, okay, they are very much biased toward techies, okay. They are very much biased toward people who are from tech backgrounds, like they are very much focused towards like programmers and coders and obviously the designers, okay. So there are very much less platform, okay, available in the market, I guess. Not very much available, okay, that are catering to the needs of people who come from other backgrounds, right, apart from the tech, right. So this is why we feel like, okay, creating this platform so simple that anybody can use it. Let's think about your portfolio from this angle, okay. So you have your sample, okay, now you have your proof of work.
Mhm.
You can either go for building a website, okay, from scratch, okay, or hire any freelancer and they will do the website thing. You just provide links and other thing that you have done, okay, and they will host it on your website and it's live, done, okay. So if you see, being a freelancer, if you're a person who is career oriented, okay, your focus is not to build a website, okay. Your focus is to make your sample really good, make your projects really good, okay. And this is the thing that we observe. A lot of platforms out there, they are simply taking your focus away from your own thing, right. They're taking your focus from like make this website look good, okay, इसमें ये ऐड कर लो, इसमें ये बटन ऐड कर लो, इसमें ये प्लगइन लगा लो, ये कर लो, राइट. सो वी
Mhm.
आर यार, इतना टेंशन नहीं देना है, ठीक है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल थिंग. जस्ट कम, आपको क्या चाहिए, जस्ट हैव टू जस्ट. सो इसका सिंपल एनालॉजी लेट मी गिव यू, ठीक है. If you're moving to a new city, okay, so would you be like building your home from scratch, or you will be just simply going to a flat?
Like would prefer to go for a flat first.
Yeah, so like आपको रहना है, right? So you'll just go to a flat, you'll live there. That's it. आपको bricks by bricks, cement by cement, okay, labor by labor. You don't have to build your home from scratch, and that is what building a
Right.
website, right? ठीक है. And this is why we saw ना कि this is such a pain point, and nobody is prioritizing this, and nobody is actually solving this. ठीक है. Being a freelancer या फिर being a person who is interested to apply to different companies, I don't need a website, right? यार मतलब मुझे domain और ये सब नहीं लेना है, ठीक है. Yes, that can be done over the time, but again it's a waste of your time because you don't really need it. Because आप भी सोचो कि वहाँ पे distribution कैसे आएगा. Okay, there is no distribution for that, right? So it's very much similar to growing a pumpkin in your backyard and you're expecting that people will come to you, right? So it's not like that, right? You have to grow your pumpkin in your backyard and you have to take it to some marketplace, right? Either you go to a
Right.
or maybe upload it to like what, Facebook marketplace or anywhere where you can expect that people are going to see it and they are going to like come to you and they will take it from you, they'll buy from you. This is a similar phenomena with our career as well. So when you do some sort of work, you just don't put it on your website, because see, website doesn't give you a leverage, okay, unless you are someone very much popular, unless someone like you have gone viral in a single day. Also, if you go viral, the spike, like there is a spike, okay, where you expect that something will happen now, then after maybe 1 to 2 months, uske baad khatam sab, right, the graph goes down, right. So this is why this place is very much needed, where like you put your work, you have a community around those work where they are helping you with different other things, right? So yes, that is what we intend to build.
So if I summarize it like this, ki simplicity and easy accessibility is what makes the difference between Fueler and other similar platforms.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I would definitely put in that way. And yes,
Like that must be something like many a people who are like thinking of starting the similar thing or are going to begin such things must learn from this, that you don't necessarily need to go for like buying your own domain, or you don't need to necessarily start building things from like very beginning. You can take help of other platforms who are offering you such like homages for
yeah,
creating your own content. Like, that is actually a very helpful advice. And also, you are living in Agartala, and I just recently found it out ki many people have been like literally forcing you, your friends literally forcing you to like move out. Ki why don't you just go to like your nearby large city, Kolkata, or like to Mumbai or Bangalore or like Delhi. These are like the hubs for such like startups and entrepreneurships. So
correct.
my question is also this: ki why haven't you still like thought of moving out to these places rather than just you're
So
living in Agartala? It would even help you more with getting more opportunities, and you would more be able to connect with people in your same niche.
correct, correct. So that is like, again, like people are very much supportive and like very much helpful in this regard. So yeah, obviously that is the thing. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Okay, so that is on the card. Okay, we'll be planning to visit and meet people and stuff. Okay, but maybe going and living there, settling. Okay, that is again very much later in the picture. I don't know. Okay, but until now you can say the only reason here is like you can from here you can simply focus on the important part. Okay, like what exactly we are trying to do. Okay, like now it is done. Okay, now next step is to like go meet people, host sessions. Okay, like maybe connect with them, host meetups and a lot of other things. So this thing is going to happen very soon. Okay, and we are going to like we had our meetup in Calcutta. Not a lot of people came up, but yes, we had decent amount of people. We never thought this many people would show up, but it was really amazing. So like after that, we'll be like going to different other cities. Okay, so we'll be like hosting sessions. Okay, like not just session meetups. Okay, no agenda meetups. So yeah, that is on the card. Let's see. And yes, that is something like on my mind as well. So yeah, you'll see.
One thing also that I have been literally forced, that as you are forced, I have also been forced by one of your known person.
Okay.
I have been forced to ask you this question. Like they said, ki they would only listen to this podcast if I ask this question.
Sure.
And the question is कि रितेन भैया दिल्ली कब आ रहे हैं?
So
Like,
the date is not finalized yet. So whenever that date is finalized, I'll let her know. Okay, so don't worry.
so you know the person.
Of course, like, that is very easy to guess, right? So
Like coming back to that promoting part we were talking about.
mhm,
So you would also agree to this, that creating a effective platform is not just enough. Like
mhm,
there are more to it, and a like major part of creating a successful platform is like how you made it accessible एंड नोन टू पीपल, कि आप उसको कितना लोगों तक पहुंचा पा रहे हो एंड कितने लोग जो है उसको जान रहे हैं. लाइक अगर आपने कुछ बना दिया है लेकिन लोगों को उसके बारे में पता ही नहीं है, नो मैटर हाउ यूजफुल एंड इफेक्टिव इट इज, बट अगर लोगों को उसके बारे में पता ही नहीं है, सो इट वुड बी लाइक ऑलमोस्ट वर्थलेस. So, in this comes the role of promoting. So, since the very starting times of Kivis Media to present,
mhm.
what has been your strategy of promoting? As you just talked about a few things that you're planning for future regarding Fueler and its activities. So, please tell us more about those in detail. Ki, what has been your strategy until now of promoting, and what are your future goals for that as well?
Okay, so like marketing is very fun. Okay, marketing is very fun until you are being asked to decide the ROIs. Okay, So marketing is very much fun. Okay, you can do a lot of things. Okay, but in the end of the day, you have to give results to it, right? कि यार मतलब इस marketing activity से ये फायदा हुआ हमको. ठीक है. If nobody is asking that, trust me, there are so many crazy marketing ideas. See somewhere you don't know कि कौन सा काम कर जाएगा. But yes, you can do it. Okay, over the time when you have this intuition, okay, you can understand कि अच्छा ये अभी चल रहा है, हम ये करेंगे तो हमको इससे ये मिलेगा, right? So for us, so like there is this pyramid, okay? Not pyramid, it's a funnel actually. Unaware stage, okay, then problem stage, okay, where people are aware of your problem, okay, then aware of the solution, then they are aware of product, okay, and after that they convert. Okay, so this funnel has been, you can say, it has been our bible or maybe manual, okay, where we create content and try to tap into those, right? So if we see that okay, these people that we see here we interact with on a regular basis, so they come under this category. So based on that our contents are created, okay, so because we content will work for these people, right? And again, similarly, we follow this to other platforms. Like you mentioned that there are so many challenges currently, whenever we are applying to different companies, because we are simply applying, with our resumes and what like details and certifications, right? So simply they're not like problem aware. Okay, so the problem here is they are not the other person. They're not simply looking for your resumes and certificates. They are looking for what you can do, right? What you can do for them, right? How you can provide like value to them, right? So in order to do that, you have to prove that okay, see, this is something I have created in the past, okay, so you can see this, okay, so I can do the same for you if you allow, right? So this is like missing part in the equation, and a lot of people like miss this out, and you wouldn't believe. Okay, so recently we were doing this hiring thing, okay, and we shared these roles, and we asked for proof of work, and they simply shared their resume, that's it. Okay, so when I asked, can you share your proof of work? So they sent it again, and it was again their resume, right? So I was like, okay, so this is the problem, right? It's like this, like people, they're still not aware of this thing, and see, this is simply starting, right? So we cannot expect that it will like grow like wildfire. But I guess a lot of influencers are actually trying to create content around those. So it will take some time, but yes, eventually we'll be heading in that direction where people are prioritizing their proof of work, okay, and not just learning. So currently, if I'm learning something, I expect that I'll be getting a job, okay. I feel like I'm entitled to get a job, okay, just by learning, right? So this is why the mindset needs to change, okay, where I feel like okay, if I've done something, what is the proof of it? So proof would come when I'm applying to those things, right? If I'm building something or creating something out of that. So if I'm creating something out of that, so I can say that okay, I have learned something. This is the a proof of my skill, right? And if you share this with your company or anyone you want to work with, so they'll like 100% prioritize this over all the other credentials that you share,
You
right?
are very right, actually. And like we have been rotating around resumes all this time. Like as I said in the very beginning, that I too have done that because we did not know how to like present your work. We had no like resource to find out. We had no way to present our work. We just submitted our resumes. I have done the same too, and I'm guilty of that.
Correct.
So,
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like just like the lack of awareness. Okay. Also,
right. Like with you and Fueler, and as you just said, ki they are just started this, I would say, a fire of realization of proof of work. Like this might be a small fire, but it would grow more stronger in future. That I believe, and this is the very right way to present your work. Like you cannot decide on the basis of one's resume ki if this person is capable of doing something or not in the world, like as we are moving in the age of skill based work. And also one more point that you have mentioned ki there is this pyramid structure which you mentioned to explain ki how to promote your work. So there are different levels in a like a pyramid level.
mm,
And
correct.
so in that also we need to go for different tactics. Na? Ki you said ki one is like nobody knows you. First stage is like nobody knows you. Okay, you're just like disguised somewhere.
Correct. Correct.
And so from there to leveling up with time, you need to apply and go for different tactics. So would you mind giving some tips to all those people who are starting out in this field or in this way? Ki what tactics they could apply from like going level 0 to 1?
See, every company, they have, like they follow this model. Okay. See, this is simply the fundamentals, you can say. Okay. So if you're a content writer, you have to understand, okay, what kind of that I create that will be valuable for this company. So if I am writing an article for this company, okay, I need to understand, okay, where this content that I have created it lies. Okay, so it starts from like the pyramid. It starts from unaware stage, then comes problem aware stage, then solution aware stage, then product aware stage, then comes most aware stage. Okay, so all of this model, okay, there is this approach where like unaware stage is something, your content has to be in such a way that this person, they are totally unaware of the problem that they are facing. They are simply taking, they are simply going with the flow, and they're simply confused, right? So this is where like you have to tell them कि यार आप ये कर रहे थे, आपको ये रिजल्ट मिला, एंड ये सही काम नहीं किया बिकॉज आपका ये प्रॉब्लम है. Okay, so that is the first stage. Then comes up problem aware stage, where you are aware of the problem. Now your job is to direct them in a solution stage. Okay, you have to tell them कि these are the possible solution. ठीक है. Then comes the solution aware stage, where you are giving up, like you are like telling about all the possible solution that you have. Okay, and then you're simply directing them into a product. Okay, then comes the product aware stage. That is where companies and startup focus mostly on, because they position themselves in a authority positions, right? They themselves showcase as a like they are the greatest one, right? They position themselves as an amazing brand that they will help you in this way, that way, that way, right? And after this, that after this comes up the most aware stage, where people pay. They take up their credit cards and just simply pay for your product. Okay, so this is just for a like from an unaware stage to an awareness stage. Okay, it's a long journey. Okay, sometimes it takes up to 2 to 3 years. Okay, where people know about you, maybe they got to know about you today, but they will pay for your product maybe down the year to after 2 to 3 years. So it is a huge cycle again, right? But since it's a community game again, okay, and that where what kind of people would be in different stages. Okay, and based on that you can always create your content. So again, someone who is beginning, right? So they can simply like study this pyramid. Also, if you're creating a proof of work for any brand, I can give you a simple exercise here. Just see a company or any SaaS or any brand that you can find. Okay, see what they have been posting. Okay, it could be their social media, it could be their like website ka blog. Okay, it could be their email newsletter, whatever it is. Okay, so study them for 1 month. Okay, and see what they have been trying to do. Okay, based on that you can categorize कि अच्छा इनके content इस stage में आते हैं. ठीक है, then that is where your chances is. This is where you have to pitch them कि आपके product में आज तक ये कर रहे थे and this is where it's missing and I can help you in that angle. ठीक है, and based on you can pitch them and you can make money out of that. Right, so this is the power of proof of work, and proof of work is very much easy if you try to understand the company. ठीक है ना, कि how the company is working. Okay, what kind of content they are creating. ठीक है, उस content का क्या फायदा हो रहा है. Okay, what is the ROI that they are getting. Okay, there are so many other tools available in the market where you can literally see okay how much traffic that they are driving. ठीक है, क्या क्या हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, which are the keywords that they are giving traffic to them. Okay, based on that you can give the suggestions to the company that you are pitching. ठीक है, so this is some of the tricks someone who is into content writing, so they can always apply this.
Actually, very helpful. And you heard him, people, from Mr. Riten Debnath, that the very first step or the initial steps you could take is analyze and see what is required and create something that is required.
Correct.
Yes, and that is actually a very, very great advice. I wish someone would have told me this earlier, like a
No
long
problem.
time
So it's
ago.
never too late.
Yeah, definitely. Like I hope, like I so do wish now I would have known Ritin Bhaiya that earlier.
Okay, no problem. So now you know, right? So you can always leverage this, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely, I will. And here is coming one of the most difficult question on your way.
Okay.
Like, be ready. And how Fueler is able to maintain its finances? Like, how are you maintaining all the finances and how the Fueler is earning?
Yeah, so currently we are bootstrap, right? We are working on Fueler. Okay, at the same time we are working with different companies. Okay, so based on whatever revenue that we generate, we divide across the team. Okay, and that is how we are surviving. There is no secret. Okay, and this is something even written on my website as well. One can easily go and check it out. Right, how we are operating, right? How we are making money currently, and how we are surviving. But again, this is not enough. So maybe down the line, okay, we are also thinking to raise funds. So let's see how that goes. There are so many interested people as well. So obviously that thing is going to really help us. It will speed up our all the processes, because currently there are so many things that we are not able to do. But with that funds thing, it will go crazy. Okay, so there are so many things that we can do right away. But again, bootstrapping has helped helped us, okay, what is important for us, okay, where should I spend our money, okay, or where should I save it, right? Because at times when you have a lot of money, okay, it's again very hard to manage it, because everything would feel like investing, right? You would feel like इसमें भी invest करते हैं, इसमें भी invest करते हैं, ये बना लेते हैं, वो बना लेते हैं. So it's very easy to lose your focus when you have a lot of money. ठीक है? So you can say somewhere bootstrapping has helped us कि कैसे लाइक हमको फोकस रहना है कि क्या हमको करना है, ठीक है, कहाँ से लाइक वी कैन जनरेट रेवेन्यू, ठीक है, एंड बेस्ड ऑन वी कैन प्रायोरिटाइज आवर लाइक गोल्स एंड आवर केपीआईज, ठीक है. सो द सिंपल आंसर इज वी वर्क विद कंपनीज, ओके, हेल्प देम विद डिफरेंट सर्विसेज, उससे जो भी रेवेन्यू हमको बिल्ड होता है, सो दैट इज हाउ द होल टीम रन्स अप, ठीक है. सो दैट इज द आंसर फॉर योर क्वेश्चन.
Thank you so much for that, and best of luck for all that you are planning regarding this. And
Right.
also, before we wrap this up, I have been again made to ask you some questions.
अच्छा, ओके.
And like these are like general questions from your, I would say, followers, or your like, as you are Jagat Bhaiya from Twitter, from all of your younger siblings. So these are the questions. First one is that if you ever wish to time travel, where would you go, in the past, future, or like where it would be?
So like I would have to choose the place or time, or like only the time.
Time and place both. Time and place both.
Yeah, this is again. I haven't thought much on this, honestly. Okay, so I don't know. Like, so definitely,
You
I'll
have
go to
time now.
I'll
We'll
go to
cut the gap. We'll cut the gap now.
so like I haven't literally thought about this, but yes, definitely I would like to go to the future and see how things like are like. Okay, so maybe I can see what are the mistakes that we have done, or maybe if we exist in the future or not. Okay, so based on that we could we can take all the things and we can solve it right away. आज से, ठीक है. So yes, maybe my answer would be around this. Maybe will we go to the future, ठीक है, and see how things are, because currently we are also doing experiment, ठीक है. I would also send you the link. Okay, so this experiment is about Fuller 2032. ठीक है. So there is this question on that. Okay, you should definitely check it out. Trust me, you will love that. Okay, and based on that, you have to answer a question. ठीक है. So the title of the question is Fuller 2032. Okay, so you wake up and see things around you. It's very much futuristic. Okay, how do you see Fuller in that time? Okay, so what Fuller is doing at that point in time? Okay, so we have done this exercise and we have got some crazy answers. Okay, so so yeah, I guess this is something I would like to see in real life if you're asking that question.
That's what you call being business minded all the time.
No, this is more of an imagination, right? So I don't see any business here again. Okay, so
You're always thinking about fuel. That is like what is very impressive. Like all the time.
so like see the thing is na the thing is any startup, okay, any product, okay, you have to be hell bent around this thing, around this notion that okay, this product has to become an equation in the society. Take an example of WhatsApp. Okay, this app, okay, that we are recording, all of these are equation in a society. So you have to always relate your product to a like to normal human nature. Okay, where you can position yourself. Say the simple equation here is a plus b plus your product equals to c square. Okay, so that is the factor that you are creating with your product. So you have to always think in that angle कि यार मेरा product कहाँ पे equation में fit हो सकता है. Okay, and this would solve a problem in that thing. It would take something from a inefficient like inefficient stage to efficient stage. Okay, so that is something every startup team I guess think upon. Trust me. Okay, it's not just right.
Right, absolutely right. And that is the kind of passion you need to have.
Correct.
When you are determined to build something great. A couple more questions are there, so let us do a rapid fire of them.
Okay.
So, money or power?
So at the moment I need money. Okay.
Okay. Speed and perfection.
Okay. At the moment, speed.
Speed. Okay. So, a day person or a night person?
I'm a night person. I'm very much productive during night.
So I hope that would be it, and it satisfy all of your siblings. So otherwise, they would tell me. And really want to say that this has been a very productive discussion, I would say. I also learned a lot of things from you today, and I would love to imply those in my work life. And I am looking forward to all that Fuller is coming up with, and I am very eager to witness it all. This is my last question to you: is that if you want to advise anything to the fellow entrepreneurs, and to the college students who are dreaming of entering into this field, is there any advice that you would like to give to them?
Oh, there are so many advice. So I would say, start internet farming. Okay. So internet farming means that the similarly in terms of land you do the farming in the land, right? But in terms of internet you create on the internet. Okay, it's very much similar to creating on the internet. Okay, it could be your YouTube channel, it could be your newsletter, it could be writing online. Okay, it could be creating your podcast. Okay, so anything that you create on the internet, okay, it's internet farming. Okay, and you will see the results down the line. Okay, and if you're someone who is planning to go into startup, maybe start with startup. Okay, please go work with startup back in your school and college days. Okay, where you get to talk with the team. Just find a way to get in, because trust me, the mindset is totally different. Okay, the way you are going to learn there inside a company is totally different from whatever you were expecting. There are so many things that goes behind. We just see just the tip of the iceberg कि startup में क्या होता है नहीं होता है. So even if we see the marketing, we are always seeing the front end marketing, but there is one more marketing, that is back end marketing, जो कि कभी दिखता ही नहीं है. So if you are someone from the marketing background, just find a way to get into a startup. Okay, if you're in the college and school days, okay, just go. I guess money is not a reason for you. Just show what you can do. Okay, your proof of work, and just find a way to get in. Okay, if you work for 3 months there, you are going to be a different person altogether. Similarly, maybe you can hop around. You can join different companies in different niche, and you can also build connection. So this is going to help you a lot. Also, apart from this, read a lot. I say this to a lot of people: just read a lot. Okay, find ways to read. It will simply change your brain biology. You will see the world totally differently. If someone sees a movie, ठीक है, आप भी वो same movie देख रहे हो, but trust me, the kind of lesson you would take from that movie is going to be different from that person. If you ask such questions to them, they will be like कि भाई movie तो था बस, but for you that movie is going to be more than that.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
so read a lot. Okay, and after that, what write, obviously write, that is totally on you. Okay, right, it's a great habit of complete your learnings, because whatever you learn we tend to forget. So if you write them, okay, it really helps. So don't have to publish there, just write it on your paper pen and keep it very raw. Okay, I keep it very raw. ठीक है, कि यार जो दिमाग में आ रहा है, just I'm just writing one page every day. ठीक है, start with small notebooks, because the pages are short and you wouldn't feel like यार इतना बड़ा पेज कैसे खत्म होगा. So start with small copies. ठीक है, small notebooks, diaries, उसको आप खत्म करो, then move on to the big ones. ठीक है, but at
Like
least write. Okay,
it
and if
eventually helps you channel your ideas and your thoughts, and solve all the jittering that is going on in your mind.
yeah, absolutely. So this really helps, right? And last thing would be, if I'm in their place, okay, I would join Twitter, okay, Twitter, and try to grow my audience there, because I have seen what changing lives on Twitter. Okay, so like from nothing to from nothing to having a lot of things. Okay, so Twitter can change your life. Not just Twitter, any social media platform can do it. So I would pick Twitter instead of other platforms. Okay, and try to connect like other people, smart people. And why Twitter? Because most of the founders and team are not on other social media platforms, but they are very much active on Twitter. Okay, so I'll try to grow my audience on Twitter. Okay, that thing has the high leverage that I believe. Okay, or it could be any other platform that you can grow with, but at least I'll pick Twitter. So any social media platform, try to go there. Use your DP because that is very much important. Because see, like, life is very short, okay, but I see a lot of people, it's very hard to connect with them. Also at times we mismatch, okay, ki I'm getting a DM on maybe Instagram, I'm getting a same DM on like maybe Twitter. So it's very hard to understand ki yaar, matlab, like, who is this person, okay. So if you have a consistent DP across different social media platform, it really helps to build your connection very fast. So yeah, this is it from my end. I hope this helps to all the audience.
Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, these are some tiny advices which almost nobody gives, but they are so important. As you just mentioned, keep your DP same, or like these
Yeah.
tiny things just matters a lot, which nobody cares about. And you heard Mr. Devnath, people. I hope you get all the answers to your questions, and do follow his advice and him everywhere. All the links again would be in the description. Thank you, Riten, for being on the show. I really, really loved your company and enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, same here, same here. So it means a lot to our team. Okay, so I hope everybody gets value from this. Okay, and once again, thanks a lot, Neha, like for having us here. Okay, sharing all the thing. Okay, and yes, really love the way you ask all the questions, and all the best for your show as well. I believe it will go like long way because you have some amazing qualities to engage with the speaker. So yeah, like thank you so much once again.
Thanks to you for all such kind words. Thank you so much.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? Just keep swimming. Thank you so much for joining me today, people. We'll meet you next Saturday with a brand new episode. Also, you can go and check out my book, Clouds, available on Amazon Kindle. And don't forget to follow Wisely Weird over YouTube and on the social media platforms for more updates. All the links are in description. And it's me, Eha S.